And the Criminal Investigations Department, the CID headquarters, is investigating a case of alleged diversion of NPP funds to the first Vice National Chairman, Mr. Freddie Blay, and Treasurer Benkwa Yebua, contrary to laid down party procedures. And the statement says that they are invited to kindly meet the investigations team at the headquarters, and this was dated on the 28th of August 2015 at 10 a.m. to assist investigations. And clearly they refused to respond to that. The first national vice chairman of the party, Freddie Blay, says is a grand conspiracy to hit back at him. The first national vice chairman of the NPP has declined an invitation by the Police Criminal Investigations Department over the allegations of diverting party funds to a private account. We'll try and get Freddie Blay on the line to speak to him why he declined and what the grand conspiracy really is, and to hit back at him and for what. We'll definitely be getting more on this. The chairman of the party, Paul Afoko, issued a statement saying they will not tolerate individuals who would misuse party funds. He also mentioned that Nana Akufo-Addo is an incorruptible leader, and hence anyone or any person surrounding him must eschew such qualities as well. So we'll definitely get Freddie Blay on the line. He's the first national chairman of the NPP, and the allegation is that he's set up a private account on which funds for party has been diverted into that account. But he insists it is just a conspiracy. He's done no wrong. We'll get more on that once we get through to him on our line. You're part of the conversation. Remember to tweet at me, it's Bridget_02, and I'll read your thought later on. Later on, we'll also open the phone lines and you can send us your thoughts on this. Right, we'll move ahead with some more stories, also, but staying with the New Patriotic Party. And the opposition New Patriotic Party has descended into another round of party infighting as to party officials' trade counter accusations and mismanagement of party cash. A statement from the office of the national chairman appears to have blown out the internal financial matters into a renewed media war among factions in the party. Paul Afoko, in a statement, one punitive action will be taken against the rank and file of the party found to have embezzled funds. And we have the spokesperson of Paul Afoko on the line. Nana Yao Osei, very good evening. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good evening, and thank you too.
All right. First, let's start off with why now?
Hello?
Yes, hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Great. My question to you is, why now? Why the statement and now? What exactly is happening with regards to the funds that the NPP has for its own activities?
Yeah, thank you very much. The national chairman is of the opinion that in opposition, the party has limited resources, and that going into next year's election, some resources of the party will be entrusted into the hands of certain officers of the party from the national, regional, through constituency to even police station levels. And that there was a need to remind such officers of the fact that they needed to put such resources when they get to them to some judicious use.
Okay. Nana,
it will not be accepted if such monies are sent to them, and then instead of the officers using the money for the purpose for which they were sent to them, then they use it for something else. When that happens, it means that our quest to win power in 2016 will be affected by such officers' actions. And so it became very important for the national chairman to remind all party faithfuls that in the coming days, whatever resources that is given to you, make sure you apply the resources in accordance with the rules and regulations of the game. That is, if it is given to you to perform a specific function, make sure you do so with the resources.
All right, so this is to avert future mismanagement of funds, correct?
Yes.
All right, but currently your first national vice chair, Freddie Blay, is smeared in an allegation. I mean, the police invited him. This could have also sort of preceded your statement.
Yes, because if you read the statement very clearly, the national chairman wants to put out that the leadership of the party will not shield any officer, whether national or regional or constituency officer. So if some national officers have found themselves in one way or the other with some party's money inappropriately, then they have to be dealt with in accordance with party regulations and with the laws of the land.
Okay. Since you're speaking for Mr. Paul Afoko, have you personally reached out to Mr. Freddie Blay on the allegations? Because you've gone to the extent of reaching out to the CID.
No, if you say we've gone to the extent of reaching out to the CID, that is not correct.
Okay, so what is the
In
correct...
fact, what is the correct position is that a party member has lodged a complaint with the police CID at the police headquarters. In fact, Mr. Afoko himself was written to by the police, inviting him to come and assist the police in their investigations of the matter. And so it cannot be true if you say that we or Mr. Afoko has reached out to the police. No, that is not the true position.
Okay.
The true position is that somebody, a party member, has reported the matter to the police, alleging that some money belonging to the party have been diverted elsewhere. And in line with their investigations, the police, in their professional opinion, would invite anybody they think can provide some information that can be of help to them in the performance of their duty. And so Mr. Afoko himself was written to, he was invited to come and assist the police, and he has complied.
Okay. How could this person have access to inside information? The chairman and secretary of the party have constantly said they are the leaders of the party. I mean, they have been voted for by the delegates. So it would not be...
When you say the chairman and the general secretary, they are not the only persons who were voted for.
Who are the signatories
to account? A lot of people were voted for. The women's organizer was voted for. The national organizer was voted for. The youth organizer was voted for. The national coordinator was voted for. So it is incorrect to create the impression that it's only the national chairman and the general secretary who were voted for.
Okay, so can you share with us...
As to how a party member came by some information to be able to go to the police to report, I think the best person to put the question to is that party member himself. Because the NPP, as you might be aware, is a mass party. We don't even know all our members and how they get information from within the party. And so to want to ask or even require of me to be able to tell you that how was a party member able to get information to enable him to go to the police, that would be too difficult a task to expect of me.
Okay, all right. But a lot of, for some people, this is a matter that should not have gotten to the police. It's a matter that should have been dealt with internally. How would you respond to criticisms like that?
My sister, that is a question of opinion. The party person who sent the matter to the police, in his view, he thinks that the police are the best persons or professionals to handle matters of such nature. As I speak with you, I can confirm to you that internally the party has a committee investigating the matter. Okay? But as to whether all party members will be satisfied with this internal arrangement, I can tell you that, once a committee has been set up to investigate the matter, all party people will flow with it.
All right.
We have different people in our parties.
Okay,
with
all right.
different appreciation of issues in our party. When the party person decides to go to the police, that is his view and opinion. He thinks that the police are better placed to investigate the matter.
All right. And Mr. Freddie Blay believes it's just a smear campaign against him. Why would he think that?
I am not Mr. Freddie Blay.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for talking to us. And that's the spokesperson for the NPP chair talking to us about the statement from the party chairman saying that the party will not tolerate individuals who decide to misuse party funds. And it is to curb future occurrences like that, given the experiences they've had in the past. We will definitely stay on this matter. We will be talking to the head of political science department here in UST, Dr. Amwakuba. A very good evening to you, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening, Bridget. That is former head, not head now.
Former. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for that correction. I'm sure you've heard commentary on this playing out in the media. Your thoughts on it? It's not the first time we're having this. Not so long ago, it was an invisible force taking over the party's headquarters. Now, it's allegation about money, misappropriation of money, and it's gone all the way to the CID headquarters. When you sit back and watch this development, what do you see?
This is unfortunate, and I'm surprised because I thought the silence meant that bridges have been fixed, merged, tempers have cooled, and all of a sudden this comes up again. It is unfortunate, but look, that Nanaya was saying what he was saying is disingenuous. A party member goes to the police. Can you imagine what will happen if anybody in the party can go to the police and make allegations, and then the chairman complies? No. Even if that were the case, the chairman and the general secretary, they are the ones who should rein in these people and say that no, this is an internal party matter. It cannot be sent to the police. That is the first thing you do if you really want to build bridges and bring calm into the party. You don't encourage such things. And it's unheard of that any person in the party can go to the police and make allegations and the party chairman complies and goes and he's been invited. No. And what he did, he failed to tell you is this, that Mr. Freddie Blay has diverted funds. To where? He should have added, where did he divert the funds to? To his private account? And that is what is missing in all of this. And if you hear some of the details of the story, you know this is just another one of those stories that bring about division. It did not divert the funds to his private account. Besides, the treasurer, Mr. Yabua,
yes,
is also alleged to have conspired with him. And he is a signatory to the party account.
All right. So this is clearly, is this a clear picture of a deep problem that would take more than just a public show of affection, like next week we'll see them together? How do we get over this?
Well, that is the problem. Both sides seem to be saying that they are fighting for Nanado. You heard the press release that Nanado is incorruptible, and any person around him should behave the same way. So they are all fighting for the same cause. But if you really look at it, they are not fighting for the same cause. They are fighting around him. Right? He is standing in the middle, and they keep fighting around him, and that is not good. This matter came up long ago. It should not come up again because there's nothing to it. It's just that the infighting is still there, and it should stop. Right? All these explanations of funds are diverted, somebody went to the police. Do you know how many people are in that party and can go to the police? Do you, as a chairman or even secretary, tolerate this sort of thing? You rein this in, and if you think that one of the officials have committed a crime, it is not the police you go to. You call the National Executive Committee and bring it to their attention and let them decide what to do. It's not the police matter.
All right. But Dr. Amakuba, someone would say that for Paul Afokos, chairman of the party, to say, I will not tolerate misappropriation of funds, that should be admirable. But what is wrong with that position?
Nothing is that position as long as it is addressed to the right people. Call a meeting. You are the chairman of the party, not chairman of Ghana. Call a meeting of the party and invite all those who should hear this message and lay it before them. Right? Get the National Executive Committee to call a meeting. And you are supposed to head that meeting anyway. So why are you talking about this in the public domain as if it's truly a criminal offense? And it isn't.
All right, Dr. Amwakuba, if you could just hang on a bit for us, because we have back on the line Yaose, who's the spokesperson for Paul Afoko, the chairman of the NPP, national chairman of the NPP. Thank you for joining us again. What do you want to comment on Doctor's submission?
I am a bit surprised at Dr. Amwakuba's submission.
How so?
He created the impression that the national chairman should be in a position to know every party member's mind at any point in time, to the extent that if somebody decides to go to the police, the party chairman should know. With all respect, if I decide to go to the police with a matter and I don't inform the party chairman, how can the party chairman get to know? His comments are all geared towards the chairman, the chairman, the chairman.
But Yaose,
the point is that all office holders of the party have some responsibility. If it is not part of your responsibility to deal with money, and you deal with money, some questions must be asked.
Yaose, this is not just any other case. They are talking about misuse of your party funds. That person must have credible information, credible evidence to be ballsy to walk into the CID, and the police must have taken it very, very serious for them to have invited Freddie Blade.
Please, if you have listened to what the police have put out, the police themselves are saying that they cannot say whether the matter is criminal or not until they've investigated the matter.
But worthy enough for invitation?
Why not? How can the police investigate a matter if a complaint is made to them and they don't invite certain people to talk to them? It is part of their work. The police can invite people, speak to them. If after speaking to people they realize that, oh, the complaint that was lodged with us has no merit, that is the end. If it has merit, then they continue. So what is this fuss about? A matter could have been handled internally. I indicated earlier that the National Executive Committee has set up a committee to investigate the matter. I made this point very clear. Why this blame on the national chairman? What are you expecting the national chairman to do again?
All right.
Presiding over a net meeting that appointed the committee to investigate the matter.
Yeah, I will say your point is well made. He's a spokesperson for the national chairman of the NPP. We'll go back to the line and speak to, Dr. Amwakuba, former head of the political science department of KNUST. You had Yao say clearly unhappy about, he believes you have taken a position where you're putting all the blame on the national chairman. But who else should people be looking up to? He's the national chairman of the party. Hello, Dr. Amwakuba. Unfortunately, we don't have Dr.
Well,
we have him back on the line. Yes, please, go ahead.
Well, what he's saying is actually laughable. First of all, if any person in the party can go to the police and make allegations, the party will be in the police station for years to come. That's the first thing. And he himself said that this is a matter before the National Executive Committee. If somebody goes to the police and makes the same allegation, you just tell the police, please, this is not a credible case for you to follow because we are looking at it ourselves. That's it. This is a private matter. Maybe he's not aware that a political party is not a government agency for the police to investigate. If I have a business, for example, if it's a private association or private group, and somebody goes to report that there's some malfeasance going on in there, look, the police cannot come and say we are coming to investigate unless we invite them to do it for us. That's the first thing. And so all you have to do is say, please, we are handling this, and so you hold on, we may get back to you or whatever. And so for you to go on and say that there's nothing he can do, he mentioned all the others who are elected. There's only one party chairman. Chairman means he is the overall boss. He is the one who holds the key to all the others. They're under him. That's what he fails to see. And I'm not blaming Afoku. I'm saying he could have handled things a lot better in a different way to bring calm to the party. The way they are going about it, behaving as if the police have invited them, so they have to go, is bringing more rancor into the party.
Okay, and before you go, and it doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon. What do you see as the rippling effect of this? It started nationally, and especially as we move forward into, as the party moves forward into organizing themselves for 2016 elections.
It is not a good thing, because I was really surprised when I heard it. Because I thought, the rancor, the peace, the calm that has prevailed for the past month or so, that this is good, and that they put things behind them, they patched up and all of that, and all of a sudden this comes up again. And you know this is frivolous. You know it is. They say he's diverted funds. To where? Let them add that information to it. Where did they divert the funds to? Their private account? To another account of their party. So what are you talking about? At best, it is maybe somebody overstepping his authority. It is not something that you make into a criminal offense as if somebody is trying to steal money. It isn't.
All right. Thank you very much for talking to us. Dr. Mwakuba is the former head of Political Science Department, KNUST. You're live on TV through its news at 10. And we've been talking about the developments within the NPP. You can join us with your thoughts via our social media platforms, news at 10, or tweet at me, Bridget_O2 on Twitter. And when we get back, I may read a couple, or when we get to the agenda, we'll open the phone lines and you can call in and just share with us what you've heard so far.